Greetings, everyone. Welcome to your favorite health show, Health Wealth, where we talk all things wealth. Did you know that Moses in the Bible is the father of public health and is the greatest hygienist the world has ever seen? Considering all the things that he wrote, all the health laws that he wrote, all the things that he gave us, it shows that God is interested in our health. Before even we had people doing public health as a degree program, God had already given us laws on public health. That shows, you're looking at a whole book written on issues of health, where Moses was writing all these laws on health. In this episode, we are going to talk about sleep, its importance, and how it's linked to non-communicable diseases. As you know, during this season, we are looking at non-communicable diseases. I'm Dr. Laisa Mbiri, a lifestyle medicine specialist with an emphasis in preventive health. And with me is a guest that we've been having on the show on our previous episodes. Let me welcome our good doctor who is here with us. Please, may you greet our viewers.
Thank you for having me. I'm Dr. Eshla Nora Nyamandi. Welcome, viewers.
Thank you so much, Dr. Eshla. Yes, we want to dive into our topic where we are talking about sleep. It's linked to NCDs and and non-communicable diseases. By the way, if you have not liked or shared our Facebook or YouTube channels, please do so. Like and share, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I was saying it's amazing how when you're little children, you're forced to sleep. You don't want to sleep, they have to force you, go to sleep at 8, go to sleep at 8. But when you're an adult, you have to try make time to sleep. You have to try get yourself to sleep. And it seems it's impossible to find time for sleep. So it's important that we actually take time to sleep.
Why is sleep important? Is it even important? Because sometimes people think that, okay, I can go by without.
Yeah, so like any other machine, there is no single machine that can go on and on and on and on forever. That doesn't happen. Even cars need to go for service at some point in time. So it's necessary that everyone does take time to rest. Rest in terms of even during the day activities, rest at night after a busy day, and then rest weekly. I'm sure we'll get into that. So it's important that we get to have adequate sleep. Number one, we need to revive our systems. Our system need to do a makeover. Things need to happen. So there are several hormones that are released at night that have several benefits. Things like the hormone melatonin is released when you are asleep. And usually when you then sleep late after midnight, you might have missed the time that melatonin is released. And this is going to help you fight several infections. It has many benefits, and even especially when it comes to cholesterol control and even obesity, melatonin does have a factor. We need to also be getting adequate sleep for the sake of even our own sanity. Sometimes we are all cranky when we don't get adequate sleep. We are all cranky, we are over the age. So for us to be able to have to be able to also have the right mood to be revived, we need to also have adequate sleep. For us to also have what's it called, good memory even. Sleep will help you with good memory as well. We were talking about obesity previously, and one of the things that also affects development of obesity is also not sleeping well, not sleeping adequately as well. It also does have a big role in development of obesity. So sleep is really key.
Yeah, thank you so much for unpacking all those things, your mood, your memory, all this. If you're not sleeping well, I liked what you shared about the hormone melatonin, which is produced at a certain time. I think I've read somewhere where they're saying between 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. a person should
actually
be
10
sleeping.
a.m. as well.
So you should sleep so that you are able to get those processes done as you are sleeping.
And actually they say that melatonin, if you get to sleep before 10 p.m., it's going to be released double what you're going to get if you sleep after midnight. So in as much as it may still be released before 2, but if you're going to sleep before 10 a.m., 10 p.m. I mean, yes, you're going to get a double benefit, and that means double benefit, double effects on you. And this is also going to affect the release also of the hormone serotonin, which is responsible for your mood during the day as well. So how you sleep determines how you're going to stay.
Correct, correct. And you know, there are people who are studying, who are university students. They want to sleep, maybe they want to spend the night reading, they want to, how then should they balance when you're looking at this? And there are also people who work at night, who work shifts, and they have night shifts.
Like me.
Yes.
People like you.
Yes. So how do we then balance this out?
Yeah, it's tricky, but I've always said, as long as it's within your power, make sure that you sleep early and wake up early.
Okay.
So it may not be within my power for me to sleep early today when I have patients who show up in the middle of night. It may be selfish of me to then say, you know, I'm sleeping, I'm getting my melatonin. It's 10 p.m. now. I don't want to. But as long as it's within your power and no one is dying, yes, no one is dying. Ensure that you have that. So for students and for people who are what's it called, goal-oriented, a lot of people feel they want to, they thrive. There's this thing of people being morning people and other people being evening people, etc., etc. Science has also shown that our effectiveness, usually from 7:30 go out there about, it starts going down. It starts going down. So you absorb more and you'll be more efficient when you actually get to sleep early, and then you rise up early, and then you are now revived and rejuvenated, and your brain cell has had the time to rest and recharge. Otherwise, you may be thinking you're pushing so much, but you're actually slowing down. So one of my favorite quotes from the book Christ Object Lesson says, by tact and method, some will do in 5 hours what other people do in 10.
Yes.
You know, yeah. So it's something that people have learned, but burning the midnight oil is not really the solution. If you are going to do your things with proper organization and order, you are able to achieve double what other people are failing to achieve, even though you don't burn the midnight oil.
You're better off waking up at 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m.
And then
sleeping at 3 a.m.
Than sleeping at 3 a.m. because sleeping at 3 a.m. is going to affect your whole day.
The whole day.
Yeah, well, they have said I've achieved this throughout the night, but it's going to affect your performance.
And thirdly, it also will eat into your spiritual life, because once you sleep at 3 a.m., you're going to wake up very late. And instead of you meeting your maker first before meeting the world, you're waking up after the world is already woken up. So you're just getting up with the routine and just going to say a little prayer, oh God, take me through the day. And it's going to affect how much you're going to spend time with Jesus.
So what are the effects of not sleeping well, of not getting enough sleep, of sleep deprivation? Are there any effects? Okay,
so when it comes to sleep, there are short-term effects and long-term effects. So in the short term is where we find even this memory loss. You know, short-term memory loss, you have a reduced brain performance. You're sleepy because you didn't get enough, so you can't focus. Your brain can't focus. Your mood is also affected. And so in the immediate, you have that. You're going to probably miss also your breakfast because work doesn't know that you slept at 4 a.m. or at 6. You still need to report at work at 8 a.m.
Yes.
So you're still going to miss that breakfast that is important. It's going to eat even in your relations, your social relations with everyone else as well. So this is now in the short term. And in the long term, it's going to affect your immune system. It's going to affect even your weight, your obesity. A lot of people, when people work into the night, they also have a tendency of also eating late in the night as well, and eating more, nibbling a lot, and this is going to contribute also to your to your weight as well. It's also going to contribute even to shrinkage. There are studies that have shown shrinkage of even our brain neurons, such that there have been links to not sleeping adequately. The links between them are not adequate sleep and also things like dementia, because it's going to affect you in the long run as well. So it's going to also affect your overall performance. And also you're going to learn to function on a wrong way of life. That is also going to definitely affect you. So it's going to affect still development of a lot of these NCDs that we are still talking about.
Yes.
Yes, because this is feeding into the obesity, it's feeding into your memory, your productivity is now poor, your eating habits are also poor. And it's rarely that people will crave for broccoli in the middle of the night. There is no such. I'm used to hear that. Usually people will look for a bottle of a soft drink, or a donut.
Eat some junk food.
Yes, because they just want a little sugar. Yes. And a lot of people now that you mentioned the issue of keeping you awake, most people naturally, because naturally our circadian rhythm, we are meant to sleep when it's night. The day is what is meant for work. The night is for sleeping. So people have a tendency to also making use of energy drinks to keep awake.
Yeah.
They then try to use coffee to keep awake. And sadly now this you can't abuse, like you said, you can't transgress these laws of health, even though you are doing willy-nilly, even though you are doing the Lord's work. It does not spare you from the effects of not sleeping. Yes. You still need to sleep well. So even though you might have to do shift work, you may not get the benefits of sleeping at night, but it will be good for you to try and cover up during the day if you have a free day, if you find some free times to cover up for that.
So I think, thank you so much for explaining this. And, when you get to Genesis, God created the night and the day. Unfortunately, or whether we say, the advancement that we have, where we can say we have a day throughout because of lights, electricity. But when we're looking at the blue zones, one of the blue zones, which is in Hunza in Pakistan, one of the things that they are known for is sleeping early. By 6-7 p.m., these people will be sleeping. And when you're looking at the number of people who live, centenarians in Hunza, is also very high. So it's highly notable that people in Hunza, of course we have about 7 blue zones world over, but one of the key things in Hunza, it's about their sleeping habits. They sleep very early. And it's a significant contribution to the number of years that these people are living. But for us, because of the lights, you can't distinguish, is this day, is this night? Because people are still very, very busy. And we are now taking a short break. We will be back with Dr. Eshla as you are talking about sleep. Thank you. Stay with us. Welcome back to your favorite show, Health Wealth, where we are talking about health. And on this episode, we are talking about sleep and rest. These things are important. We have Dr. Eshla, who's helping us to discuss these things, who has been unpicking the importance of sleep and what happens if you do not get adequate sleep. But Dr. Eshla, we have so many people who are not getting these adequate hours of sleep. Maybe, did you even mention how many hours of sleep?
Did you say that?
How many hours of sleep are we supposed to sleep?
Good question. So, on average, we are supposed to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, an average adults. But they say that 6 hours is what's important to what's just basic for you to get by your day. But 8 hours.
8 hours is ideal. Yes, 8 hours. 7, 8 hours.
Well, for children now, because they are still growing, they need more hours of sleep. That's why you find even during the day they're napping. At creche, at preschool, there's nap time. So, but 9 to 11 hours even for little children. Yes, it's fine. That's why traditionally our fathers would say it's 8 o'clock. You need to go back to sleep. You need to go to sleep. So an average, an adult needs to sleep 6 to 8 hours.
Let's
8
put
hours
it 8.
Yes, 8 hours being your best bet.
Being your best bet, yes. So now we have so many people who are not sleeping 8 hours. Because 8 hours, it means that I'm supposed to sleep at 10 if I'm waking up at 6.
Yes, or at 8 if you're waking at 4.
But then I will not wake up at 6. Maybe 6 is the time that I need to leave home. If I'm going to work, you're looking at all these traffic jams that happen and what. If you're going to leave your house by 7, you're already late. Or you need to prepare for children who are going to school. So you can't afford to wake up at 6 if you sleep at 10.
You can't.
So it then means that
I don't wake up at 6. I'll be late.
Okay, so when you're looking at the number of hours that people are sleeping, is it for adults to sleep 8 hours? What is causing this? What causes? Like when you're looking at our way of life and all that.
So, yeah, you mentioned that traditionally the place, you said it's Unza, right?
Yes, Unza in Pakistan.
Yes, people, they sleep early. And I think I keep referring to also life back then, the rural life especially. So even today in rural places that are yet to be developed, people sleep early because they also don't have the lights as well. So they have to sleep early. So technology brought us good, but now we have daytime all day through. We can do anything. So the drive for productivity, for trying to increase our productivity is what has made us to then find ourselves shortchanging ourselves when it comes to sleep.
Yeah.
So this can be even corporate productivity. People have to work overtime, and people will come back at 11 p.m., you know, even when you're working in corporate. So when you're leaving work at 11 p.m., when are you going to sleep? You see? Yeah, so there's that drive for more productivity that has come. In addition to that, people have generally been sick. People are actually not okay. So because of that, some illnesses actually affect people's ability to even go to sleep. Yes, in certain drugs. If your diabetics is not well controlled as well, you'll be waking up through the night to pee, etc. You know, people aren't well. But on top of the illnesses that are diagnosed, people are also stressed big time. So because they are stressed, the struggle for insomnia is quite high, anxiety. So that is also one struggle, because people are struggling with handling their stress. But the other main challenge that has come as a result of technological advancement is the advent of gadgets. Yeah. Gadgets have been good, they've made our lives easy, but we are now at the point where we can't survive without them.
We are addicted.
We are addicted. We just want them next to them. You know, we're literally slave. We're cyber addict. So even before I go to sleep, I'll have said, no, I'm not going to sleep. I want to just check the next update. I want to just check the next update. My notifications are on. As I'm about to sleep, this pops up, this pops up. So because of the gadgets now, especially the more you get exposure to blue light, especially 2 hours before you go to bed, it's going to affect how easily you're going to fall asleep as well. So some people, even when they startle in the middle of the night, before even should they reach out for the bathroom, they have to check their phone first. It's the extent that before people even reach out to even pray and thank the Creator for waking them up, they'll reach out and check their gadgets. So gadgets have also been a cause of concern when it comes to the sleep in terms of quantity and quality. It's a big thing. Even children are not spared when it comes to gadgets. So it's also a big driver. A major one when it comes to also sleep.
I'm also thinking, added to this technology and gadgets, is the entertainment industry in general.
Entertainment.
Because they are now churning out lots and lots of movies, series, and all that. So a person after a week, they want to catch up with this whole series. They want to catch up with all this, what's happening, what the new, and they sleep at 2 a.m. So the entertainment industry is not making it easy for people to sleep, because as they are producing, there are these the other people who want to be on the forefront of knowing that, yes, I watched this as soon as it was released. Yeah, you know, so it's also not making the entertainment industry.
And I really, even as a child, there were days when I would remain as the only child watching a movie up to midnight. The whole family is asleep, but I'm awake watching African movies. You know, yes, the entertainment industry is also one thing. Also, the other factor is the fact that we have grown into a global village. Yeah. So because of that, I've been employed in the US while I'm still in Zim. Yes. Or maybe I could also be learning, distance learning in the UK or in Australia. Different time zones. So the time that I have to be present for a lecture is maybe 2 a.m. here. And I need that degree. You know, the time that my working time officially for the company, it's 8 a.m. there, but for me here it's 6 p.m.
Yeah, I remember I was teaching online for one university in Asia. The class 8 a.m. there was our 2 a.m. And I had a small baby. I would wake up because it was like a Zoom class. So you're waking up at 2 a.m. It's a 3-hour class. You're waking up at 2 a.m. and you at 5, but I still have to go to my normal work. It's 8 a.m.
It's like a prophet, huh? So yes, the fact that it's a global, it's a plus. I can be employed in Asia, but it's also taking from my hours that I'm supposed to be sleeping. You know, so it's these factors that have come as a result of the world being a global village, the technological advancement that have made it hard for us to create time to sleep. And then things are hard. We need to make money.
Yes.
So because of that, people say money doesn't sleep. So people are busy trying to make ends meet because of that.
Because you have side hustles that you're doing after your normal 8 to 5 job.
Yes.
So when you come back home, whether you're going to be baking, you have a side hustle of baking, you want to bake at night, so that tomorrow in the morning you're going to work with your whatever products to sell or you're making cakes for people. You see, so all those things, or you're going to be selling whatever wares that you're selling, you're sorting those things out at night so that in the morning you go back to your 8 to 5 job. I mean, it's,
and that's the time that you can. But also additionally, Zim being a special place, electricity is also only available at night. So you can only do whatever needs electricity at night. So because of the load shedding, you then have to see how to
I think it's now like almost for many African countries, they are now battling with issues of electricity. So you have to wake up at night when the electricity comes, whether you're going to do your ironing, you're going to charge your things, you're going to, it will disrupt your sleep.
My raw place where I also wake some days, I actually have to, so when I wake up, do my devotion at 3, I'm doing my devotion and I'm cooking before the electricity is gone for the whole day.
Exactly.
You know, So those are some of the practical things that actually are genuinely affecting how people sleep, no matter how much they want to sleep.
Yes. Okay. So what should we do?
And being a mother, you're a small baby.
So what should we do now, considering that we now understand the challenges that come, the pressures that are making people awake when they are supposed to sleep? What should we do to balance this out?
Given the many factors, is that find one way of addressing all of this. But I think we may need to individually find a plan that works. But nonetheless, I think let's try and break them down. If it's within our power, let's try make sleep and rest a priority and take things that don't take in too much from our sleep time. So if it's within your control, like I mentioned, sometimes I also have to address patients to help patients in the middle of the night. But if it's within my power, I've actually said that as long as I have my own boundaries that I've put in place. I think our main animal in the room, our main elephant is the issue of digital media. Digital media, because we mentioned that blue light now being present 2 hours before people sleep, there are certain measures that the phones themselves will actually help us. So we may be able to actually make sure that our phone maybe is in gray zone, is in grayscale, before maybe it's from 6 p.m. thereabout. As long as the sun is out, it means we also don't need much light. It means we need to, so a lot of smartphones have that option of putting grayscale. That will help you also quickly get to sleep before you have that stimulation from blue light as well. We also may need to give ourselves boundaries that I'm not available from these times. It's good to be there and be present for most people, but we also need to be present for ourselves.
Correct.
So for me, I stop responding to any messages from 8 p.m.
Okay.
You need to be special for you to receive a message from me after 8 p.m. Yes, for me that's my checkpoint. So that will also help you now start putting things that winding your day, etc. As it's important. We also need to if it's possible, some people have put boundaries where they actually use an actual alarm clock to wake them up. Yes, this helps them deal with their digital addiction, and which will actually stop them from sleeping. We also need to actually realize that the importance of time management. We talked about the issue of series writing at 2 a.m. I remember after I was now serious with my life, saying, an hour of my life on just watching a screen. I can't spend an hour. So think of 4 hours on just a single, on a couple of episodes. We need to also see and know what matters, and so we may also want to invest in what's it called, being able to listen to things that should we be watching or struggling to sleep, maybe we may need to make use of things like classical music. But we don't need to be in the habit of having us get to sleep all the time. We need to be able to initiate sleep on our own. So we need to really be big on managing our digital media. Even put an overall scale, an overall boundary for how many hours you're going to use that phone, that device, whatever it is. for the jobs now, if it's within your power, because we still need to survive. So you see, one has to see whatever works for them, for their particular circumstances. I enrolled into medical schools for 5 years. For me to then say, no, because I have to do calls, I'm not going to go to work, it may also be a challenge as well. So one may need to see what works, you know. And sometimes getting help may also assist. When it comes to then, what's it called, studying for students, like we said, early to bed, early to rise, that is a definite. That is a definite.
Okay. There are people who struggle with sleep, maybe due to stress and due to, what should they do for them to get adequate rest? There are people who are really struggling. Genuinely. It's not about gadgets, it's not about what, but they've gone through a series of stress episodes and now they just can't sleep.
Yes, and sometimes it could even be maybe medication that they have that makes them struggle with sleep. That is actually a real issue. So number one, we will encourage sleep hygiene for everyone. If they're struggling or not, sleep hygiene. What does it entail? Ensure that when you're going to sleep, ensure that your room is dark. If you have blinds, make sure you close them. Your room is really dark. It encourages now the melatonin build up. Your body will naturally go to sleep when it's dark. And then make sure that the bed is not just for studying or for work. Yes, some people say the bed is just for sleep and sex. That's just it. You're not using the bed. The bed is an office place. And then number three, make sure that when it comes to your sleep, make sure that you don't also eat heavy before you go to bed. Avoid eating especially fatty foods and sugary foods. They'll keep you up when you're supposed to be also going to bed. You also may want to just try and plan your day before the next day. You may want to also then take some teas that also help. Teas like chamomile, they're herbs that cool you down, even hibiscus, they'll also
and not
help
coffee,
you.
please.
Yes, not coffee, but teas like chamomile, hibiscus, they're going to help you also go to bed. Things like also a hot foot bath. It's also one simple hydrotherapy where you can just put your feet in hot water, cover yourself. You're taking that chamomile tea, and slowly it's going to also help you get to bed. But should it also be a problem, still persist with these lifestyle interventions, you may need to also then seek medical help. There may be a role also for medical personnel to assist in that.
Yes, there's a lot to talk about. As you have seen, there's a lot to talk about when you are talking about these sleep issues. We haven't even attached the issues of weekly rest, because God has given us the Sabbath to rest. So as you're concluding this show, it is important for us to have adequate hours of sleep during the night, and the ideal is 8 hours. Okay, 6 to 8 hours. Get some naps during the day. So many studies have been done that have shown the impact or the benefits of taking just a 10-minute nap during the day, and then the benefits of enjoying at least one day a week of resting. And God has already given you that day, which is the Sabbath. So let's take time to rest at night, short breaks during the day, and a weekly rest. It's good for our bodies. It's good as we are fighting this pandemic of non-communicable diseases. Thank you so much, Doctor. May God bless us, and take time to rest.